Guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hopefully everybody is doing A-OK. We are here for the big one, and maybe, the last time Bayern Munich are in the Club World Cup this year. But we're here for the preview. PSG versus Bayern Munich. Massive clash in a totally different tournament. It's not European tournament this time. But I'm obviously here with a special guest, Red and Blue. Please check them out. I will have the link in the title and the description. So please go over and subscribe. And yeah, man, number one, thank you for coming on. And
thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm actually this might be the first game where I might be getting a little bit excited about this Club World Cup because massive game. And I mean, kicking Messi's ass in the previous round was nice, but this is a big one.
No, 1,000. We both know how to, do that. The 8-2, the 4-0.
Yeah.
But how have you had, what's your opinion of the Club World Cup PSG wise so far?
Yeah, I think it's been going okay for us. We went through our group in the end, finishing first of our group. We had that big win against Atletico to start with. And then I think the team, rested a bit. We played our subs in the second game against Botafogo, which didn't go our way. And it's been I think for the team, it's been a balancing act of trying to manage the fitness and the mental stamina of players. So not everything is perfect. I think the competition overall is there's lots of things to say about it. But for us, we're in it. We're doing well. And yeah, we'll see. We're just 3 games away from winning it now, so it could happen pretty fast.
Yeah. No. I'm with you on that one. And that's the problem, isn't it? It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a really tough game.
I think to me it's a final already. Essentially, I think whatever team wins this game is really a big favorite to get it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one because Real Madrid haven't seemed to be the Real Madrid of the past. They're playing Dortmund. They're probably going to beat Dortmund. They'll probably be waiting for whoever goes through. But the likelihood is both teams realistically should beat them. You most likely will beat them if you beat us, but we should beat them. We have this problem where we don't beat them. But anyway, that's for
next round.
yeah, 100. But yeah, let's get into this game. What are you expecting from going against Bayern Munich in the Club World Cup?
Look, I think it's going to be a really close game. I think both teams are showing their strengths in this competition. I think ultimately, my perspective as a PSG fan is that it really comes down to physical fitness. If we're at 100% and we're at the same kind of physical levels that we showed against Inter, that we showed against Atletico Madrid, that we showed in the first half against Inter Miami, it's going to be really tough for you. I think your midfield is going to have a really hard time. And I think parts of your defense are also going to have a really hard time. If we're not, then obviously you guys also have a lot of firepower up front. And you've got a world-class goalkeeper as well that could very well just stop everything for 90 minutes. And we end up getting kicked out because of it. So I think really close. But I think if we're on top of our game, I'm giving ourselves a little bit of an edge.
Yeah. To be fair to you, I do agree. Obviously, I'm always going to back my team because it's my team.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do agree. I think the midfield battle is going to be where it's won, and that's the problem for a Bayern Munich perspective because the fact that you've got Vitinha in there, I think he's the best midfielder in the world right now. Really.
Yeah. This season has been.
João Neves. Then you've got Fabian as well.
Yeah.
So
Fabian apparently missed training yesterday and he had a virus of some kind. So not entirely sure. The PSG team said it's nothing and he'll be fine and so on. But he missed the training, so who knows?
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Because even if you take him out, you've got Zaire Emery there.
Yeah.
But So,
yeah, for sure. But I think it's going to be interesting because, I do think up front, obviously you guys with Olise has been, super spectacular this season in this tournament. Kane as well is clinical up front. So with those guys as well, anything could happen.
Yeah. 100. That's what I'm expecting from Bayern, we're going to have to defend for our lives against your attack if it's on. and then when we are in front of goal, we have to do something, not have 17 shots with 3 on target, because we will lose, you know. But yeah, I think, you know, one of the main things for us, like I said, is defend for our life and then do something in the attack. But do you personally think, because you've got a very, very good very good team in general, but like, you know, our main thing is going to be Olasey, Musiala, Kane. Do you think Nuno Mendes is going to lock down Olasey?
Man, like he's been like essentially eating every right winger for the whole season. So, you know, he went from Salah to Saka to like all of them one after the other. Even Yamal in the Nations League. So yeah, I'm hopeful he will have another one of those games. I'm kind of like I'm a bit like not nervous, but like I'm questioning how long it's gonna last, because Nuno Mendes is also like, he's also been one of those defenders where sometimes he has like lapses of attention and they end up costing you a goal, which was the case in the first game against Liverpool this season. Since then, he's been like perfectly brilliant, hasn't missed a thing, and like he's really like put every winger in his back pocket. But I'm kind of waiting to see how long that lasts a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think about Hakimi on the other side?
Oh, man, like what a player. Like the season he's had, it's like he's been running like clockwork. Like his season started with the Paris Olympics. That was like July of last year. He's been playing 2 games a week for like more than 52 weeks. I think he's at like more than 70 games played this season. And he's been like literally outstanding the whole way. So like Vitinha, for example, like the beginning of the season started a bit slow for him and then really ramped up in the second half. Dembele, same thing. Like the first half was a little bit iffy and then like really picked up in January onwards. But Hakimi has been a standout throughout. He's still up there. He's like getting really, really tired. But yeah, he's still running it.
What? So in your defense, because again, you've got a really good team. I hate to say it because I want to win, but would you say Marquinhos is your weakness in your defense?
Yeah, maybe. How did you guys like miss out on Petro, by the way? Because like he was playing in Germany, so he should have been like prime recruit for you guys.
We've missed out. Don't get me started.
we've been like so impressed with him this season, because he came out like a little bit out of nowhere for us as a recruit, and he's been like bossing the defense like, you know, we haven't seen that in a long time.
The amount of out Bayern Munich have been taken, you know, you know, Van der Ven for Tottenham Hotspur, you know, he went out of our league. Pacho's another one. There's been so many that have just, you know, gone, and it's like, why are we not? Because we're known for, you know, getting certain players from our league. Like, why are we not getting? Yeah, it's really frustrating, to be honest. And I would take him in a heartbeat. I would. But
to get back to your question, like, I'd say like Marquinhos is probably like the weaker spot, but I think like the partnership between Petro and Marquinhos has been working really well. So Petro is typically like the tougher of the 2 defenders, covers runs made behind the defense. When Marquinhos is more like here to do the first pass, get the ball out, and help out defensively when needed. So the 2 are really like super complementary, and it's been working really well for us.
Yeah, I think that, you know, and that's the problem. The problem with Marquinhos as well, in a good sense for you guys, is he is a shithouse type player. Like, you know, do whatever it takes to get it. I remember him screaming in someone's face when we played you last time.
It's funny because in PSG he's got that image. I mean, he's had that image for years and years of being like, you know, kind of like Thiago Silva, like a bit soft mentally sometimes, and like with a tendency of dropping back when the pressure gets applied. I do think like now really being the skipper and the captain, and like he's now like officially like since this season the players who's played the most game for PSG in all of our history. And now he's won the Champions League as well, so he's kind of, you know, nothing left to prove and getting more comfortable with himself. So we're seeing that in his playing as well.
It's making.
But you know,
even more.
I think it's a hard one though, because I think like if I think of your defense, I would say like I'd probably take like Upamecano over Pacho. As much as I love Pacho, and like don't get me wrong, absolutely adore him, but like Upamecano is world class as well. But it's Tau, right? The second one that you just got from Leverkusen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
That's kind of where we're saying like, you know, big guy, not as mobile, like put him against a Dembele, put him against a Doué, put him against a Kvara, like super technical, super pacey kind of players. That might be trouble for you guys.
Yeah, again, you know, music to my ears, man. Music to my ears. Like, there we go. It's actually loaded. Like, I absolutely love Upamecano. There's a reason I got him in a Superman thing behind me. But it's tense at the moment because he was going to sign. Is he going to sign? He's going into his last, you know, year of his contract. So hopefully we keep him. I think he's one of the best centre backs in the world as well. But yeah, man, I think he's been so good under Vincent Kompany. Now, under Tuchel, it's a totally different story, but you know, that just shows how fraudulent Tuchel was, in my opinion. But yeah, under Kompany, he's been one of the main guys for us. Which is just important because you know you bring over a Kim Min Jae thinking he's gonna do something and he's totally flopped, you know. Which is annoying because he is a good player, but it is what it is.
Sometimes doesn't work out, you know.
1000. So obviously we're not going to have Alphonso Davies. That would be so much more of a plus for us, but we're not going to have him.
It's Petrovic in his place, right?
It's I think Guerrero or there's so many different things we can do. I don't know what he'll go with.
Guerrero, like I haven't seen him in like years and years, but like I remember him from his Dortmund day, and like obviously I think he played in France like really back then. Pretty exciting player as well, but I think I haven't seen him in a while.
We picked him when we picked him up for a free.
It's a good cover.
No, he is, but the problem is because of the way Bayern Munich play, a lot of the time he gets exposed. Like he needs to play as a wing back for me personally. And we don't play with a wing back, so it's like certain times he'll be up the pitch or he'll be defending, and he's just a bit suspect. So it's gonna be an interesting one.
Tactically, what can you tell me about like the Bayern team and like how do you guys play? Like I know it's a 4-2-3-1. Is it like lots of mobility, counter attack? Like what's the kind of football that you guys are playing?
So obviously with Bayern, we like to dominate the ball, like to have a lot of possession, and there's just a lot of I would say a lot of wing play. They like to pass it to Elise quite a lot. One thing with him and the criticism of him, if there is one, I would like him to cross the ball a little bit more. But the problem is there's not really anybody ever in the box because Harry Kane plays this
false nine, like roaming.
Fingers crossed. I'm hoping we're going to get a striker and then maybe put Harry Kane a little bit further back. That would be my thing. But on Bayern, Joshua Kimmich is going to be important for this game because he is the guy that keeps the tempo. For me personally, I would get rid of him. The reason I'd get rid of him is because he slows down the play, in my opinion. A lot of sideways passing, so on and so forth. Just like a possession type game. I wouldn't say tiki-taka because that is obviously, pass, going up the pitch. I wouldn't say that, but more of like a possession-based game.
Company is like the Guardiola school of football as well, right? Same thing.
He's one of the disciples.
Because I think for us it's been super interesting to see because Luis Enrique came in with like that really big label of Barca Spanish coach, tiki-taka all the way and like getting crazy possession and small passes but not really doing that much with it. And I think like really midway this season like things really clicked and we developed from being like a really strong team in possession to really having mastered both possession and counter, which is really what made us took us to the next level in terms of our run this season. It gives us a lot more flexibility in terms of how we approach those games. So I do expect PSG is also going to try to get the possession. I think, like I said, given the matchup in midfield, I think we've got a pretty good chance of dominating it. Obviously, it's going to be a lot harder than previous games. But if you look at the game against Inter, for example, like I think the last 2-3 goals are on really fast counter attacks. So we're also like super lethal when it comes to that.
Yeah, what's your opinion of the whole, like the kickoff that you do?
Yeah,
where Coutinho just launches the ball,
yeah,
just to tell the opposite team that we're gonna be coming.
It's like a rugby start,
Yeah. Well, what's your opinion on that?
I mean, it works for them, and it's clearly like everything is prepared and everything is sort of in advance. The team likes to apply a really, really high press, so I guess that's their way of just like kicking off the game in this way and straight away putting the ball in the opponent's half. Yeah, I mean, it seems to work for us, so can't really be against it. I think we've got talent to play with the ball anyway and move up front with the ball. But yeah.
Yeah, it is. I watched that Inter game, and obviously Inter was one of the teams that, obviously not one of the teams, was the team that knocked us out of the Champions League, and obviously then they went on to beat Barca and got to the final, and you just absolutely demolished them, from start to finish. So
that was incredibly special, honestly. I don't think anyone I think we went in as slight favorite, but also if you're a PSG fan, you've got such a long history of failures that everyone was super cautious about it. But yeah, it's it's a once in a lifetime kind of win.
Yeah, it's don't take this the wrong way, but it's annoying because Inter have given Man City and PSG their first thing. You know what I mean? So it's so annoying. And we nearly beat Inter as well. We were so close to beating them.
Yeah.
So
we really like your stadium, by the way, now. Feeling right at home. It's too bad we're not playing this game over there.
This guy, man. This guy. I seen what they did to the pitch, bro. They ripped our pitch up.
Yeah, I know. And they shredded the goals as well. People took pieces of the goal. We've been waiting a long time for this, man.
That's what I was gonna say. To be fair, on certain parts of it, I get it, but at the same time,
Yeah.
It is what it is. What do you think your best attacker is? Because you've got quite a lot. Cavaskelia, you've got Dembele, you've got Doué, Barcola, so on.
Oh, man, it's really hard. That'd be picking your favorite child. That's a really, really hard question to answer. I think this season Dembele has been really fantastic. He's always been this uber talented dribbler and fast-paced kind of winger. Putting him in the center and getting him closer to goal is really made an impact in terms of his stats and his scoring as well. So obviously he's been to me the star this season. Kvara is it's impossible to believe that he's only been with us for 6 months because he plays he's been on the team for 5 years. He's so talented technically. I think sometimes I wish his finishing was a little bit better, but it's really nothing to complain about. And Doué has been so, I mean, kind of unexpected in how quickly he rose to the level. First half of the season was really tough for him. He was chasing after his first goal for a while and kind of forcing his football. But now he's really at his peak. Sometimes he thinks his Neymar a little bit too much for my taste. He tries to dribble everyone on the pitch and play for the camera a little bit. But yeah, and I mean Barcola is also stand out. So yeah.
Yeah. Again.
But it's in the end, what's really interesting to us is that the way the team plays as well, there's so much movement and so many players switching position that in a way you ask me what's my favorite attacker, I'm almost tempted to include Hakimi in that conversation. It's Hakimi ends up playing as a number 9 sometimes, and you're how did he get there? How does that even work? And it does work. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Doué one for me is so annoying because obviously he picked to stay in France rather than coming over to us. And just to see what he's doing is it's obviously it's amazing, but it's we could have had him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now you get how we felt when Coman won the goal in the Champions League final during COVID.
Yeah. No, I get it. What do you make of Lee Kang-in? Because I like him personally.
Typically, I will say exactly the same thing that you said when you were talking about Kimmich, which is like sometimes he slows down the plate like too much. It's a lot of like side passes or like passes back. Obviously he's a sub for us as well, so he doesn't get the continuity of game time to like really show what he's made of. But yeah, like it's hard to see him as more than like a sub in our team. I think he does have talent, but yeah, it's never been completely shown at the highest level in PSG, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, because obviously Bayern Munich are looking for, players to build up the squad, and I was like, maybe he could be someone we could get in. The fact that
I think like when I see you guys looking at Nico Williams, obviously not happening now. When I see you guys looking at Barcola, when I see you guys looking at other big names like Lee Kangin is just not at that level. He's a good like 30 million euro, 40 million euro kind of player. But he's not a Olise, he's not even a Nyarbi in my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I get you. So what are we thinking score wise?
Well, I think it's a hard one because I think it's going to be a close game, but at the same time, I think like the teams that might dominate that game could get away with like a 2-3 goal lead, like because ultimately like if things click for either team in attack, it could get lethal pretty soon and pretty quickly. So I'm gonna play for my side. I'm gonna say like maybe a 3-1 PSG, something like this. But yeah, it's tough to predict because I think like both teams are actually like really, really close.
To be fair, that's it. I'm not even just saying it because you said it. I was going with that, but on the opposite end.
Okay.
I think Bayern
I'm gonna put some money on it now.
Yeah, like it's gonna be
3-1 either team.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, obviously, to see what happens. But if it goes Bayern's way, I think we can definitely get some goals.
Yeah.
But again, like I said earlier in this video, we have to be clinical. Can't speak. In the attack. Again, we can't have 13 shots for free on target because PSG will hurt us. And I hope that the lads know that.
I've got like exactly that same fear for us because like for us, our attackers like are typically all like wingers or offensive players, but no like really like strong number 9. And so for us, it does happen sometimes where like it takes us 15 shots before we score a goal. And I'm also very conscious of Neuer on the other side, who like obviously he's aging and he's not like at his peak anymore, but he's also the kind of keeper who can like on one game just stop everything and really like be annoying for us. So yeah, I've got like that same kind of concern as well.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that, and it's like, again, like I said, but our defense is going to have to be on point.
Yeah.
Again, you do have one of the best attacks, if not the best attack in Europe.
Yeah.
And then from that, Neuer as well. You made that world-class save in the last game.
Yeah.
And then then for like when they absolutely hoofed the ball, he kind of like made like a volleyball like save. So we're gonna need him on. We're gonna need him on par as well. So I'm thinking 3-1. I would say heart 3-1, head probably a 1-1 draw. I think we could cancel each other out at times as well.
I'm honestly hoping. I think the worst outcome from my perspective would be like having to play extra time and like going all the way to penalty kicks, because like given the tiredness of the player and where they stand, like I'd rather get eliminated after 90 minutes than have to play like 30 more minutes. And I mean, for me, I've said it, like I think right now we're at the point where like if as a PSG fan, if we get kicked out, like I'm not going to be mad about it. Like I'll take the extra week of holiday at the end of a long season. Actually, we've won the Champions League this year. I'd be the only scenario in which I'd be annoyed is that if we get kicked out and Madrid ends up winning it, because I think then like the Madrid fans will try to tell us that the Club World Cup is a bigger deal than the Champions League, which I don't think is the case. But yeah, like that would be the only like annoying scenario for me. But yeah, otherwise, like if we get like we won the Champions League this year, I'm gonna be a happy fan for like the next 3 years at least.
Yeah, like you want a treble.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, national competitions are kind of a given for us. Like that's the way it goes in France. But yeah, it's like the Champions League has been so long coming that
No.
Not only has it been long coming, but also like it's been amazing for us after like, you know, the years of Messi and Neymar and Mbappe to really see a team like play at that level and really like impressed by the game it plays. And it's really, really pleasant to be a PSG fan for that right now.
Yeah. The thing that's getting me as well on this game that I've been thinking about quite a lot is most likely Luis Enrique is going to outcoach Vincent Kompany, but like Vincent Kompany he's done this weird thing in the past where he definitely underestimates teams. If you look at the 4-1 Barca beat us, they beat us off the park. And we just got outdone in that game, and he overlooked them, in my opinion. But then you get other times like Xabi Alonso, where we went to their backyard, we couldn't beat them, couldn't beat Leverkusen, and we went there and got a 0-0 draw. Now, again, we only got a point, but the fact that we went there to defend, shows that there is some tactical intent in there. Do you think? Again, seems like a silly question from my end, but do you think Luis Enrique is going to outcoach Kompany?
Well, I mean, like, honestly, I don't have as much like background info on Kompany to really like judge him as a coach. Obviously, like Luis Enrique has been a standout for us, so I'm always going to root for him. I think in this competition as well, I was thinking about this earlier, and I think like one of the big advantages that he has was that he coached a national team for a while. And so if you think of the format of like that end of season, like really short tournament, he's been really good at like managing people's fitness, giving players days off, like letting them have free time so they can do their stuff, and really like, managing their stamina in this way. And so I don't know, like, during the game, is he going to outcoach like Kompany or not? But I think in the way he's prepared the team and like managed the team through the tournament, I think that's a pretty big advantage for us.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just hope Vincent Kompany, doesn't overlook you, because,
I mean, I think anyone in world football overlooking PSG right now, I mean, like, they wouldn't be at that level if they did. Honestly, everyone's seen it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But it's really like, to me, it's really a fitness question. We go back to this, and like, we've played like a silly number of games. It's been a super long season for everyone, and like, we've seen it for all of the European teams, the way they've struggled against like the South American and the Middle East and so on. Like, it just that's where the game is going to be played. Ultimately, like, we played our previous game in the stadium. It's a closed stadium with aircon, so hopefully like the playing condition will be pretty good for us. Because PSG, we played our first game, in Los Angeles under like 40-degree heat in the middle of the day, which is just like, bonkers if you ask me. But this time at least we should have pretty decent conditions like this.
Yeah, no, 1000. And again, I get why they're doing the Club World Cup in America, but at the same time, I think it's just been. Go on.
I was gonna say I get it, I don't get it, and like I put together a video actually at the end of the group phase to like really kind of list down my thoughts on the competition, and like the best way I've come up to put it is that it's a good answer to a wrong question. It's like, yeah, it's great to have a Club World Cup and like, have that kind of hype and so on, but like everything with the organization is just done in the wrong way. And I think having it in the US is just like this. Like, yeah, sure, like it gives them a prep for the actual World Cup next year. But for a new tournament at the end of the season, like, man, like, make something simpler with more enthusiasm and like,
it's like the fact of the heat,
the heat, the empty stadiums, like the storms, exactly. And like literally you can list it. It's a long list.
Yeah, 1000. It definitely is a long list.
They're having games in the middle of the day, like during the week, and like when there's the NBA finals going in at the same time. Dude, like, don't you know anything about sports?
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because they're obviously like, I feel like, in my opinion, they're prepping this to be for the World Cup. Yeah. I hope, fingers crossed, that they are going to learn from their mistakes. Yeah. And not do this for the World Cup, because the World Cup is obviously definitely bigger. Of course, all the nations in it. I want to speak about Donnarumma, actually.
Quickly.
Donnarumma for me is the best keeper in the world. I've been saying it for a little while now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm always going to have my bias with Mamonoy because I think Mamonoy changed the game of goalkeeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is going on with him? Because he is like
Yeah.
superstar, man.
It's been like quite a journey for him, because honestly 6 months ago, like literally like probably a majority of PSG fans were in favor of like not extending his contract and going in with a new keeper at the end of the season. And then like he had that shocker injury in a league game against Monaco, where like literally his face got trampled by a Monaco defender, and like he has a huge scar on the cheek to show it. And since then, he's a warrior. He's like going out of his line and like, you know, really like distributing the game really well. He's always been super strong on his line and like with razor sharp reflexes. But the rest of his game and like the passing and the going out in his area, commanding his area, he's made like leaps and bounds progress. And so yeah, I think like right now, like, you know, I think Courtois is still a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, like I'd have to agree with you. It's just like the last 6 months have been crazy good for him.
Are you signing him on a new deal? Because I know he's a bit.
Yeah, so like they've been talking about it for a while, and like, I mean, if you remember, like back then we got him on a free transfer from AC Milan, and back then Leonardo gave him like a crazy high salary to like get him over to PSG. And so now they're trying to renew him, but the way Luis Campos, our sporting director, does it is that now like he's trying to have the base salary be lower and give a lot of bonuses based on performance, number of games played, and so on. And so it's a pretty hard conversation with Donnarumma to make him understand that like he might be like on paper earning less, but actually like depending on how much like it's gonna earn more. Yeah. So I'm hopeful they find a deal, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, and I would take him. Honestly, I would take him as the Neuer.
Yeah,
I really would.
I think like honestly, if he's on the market, like every big team is gonna be on him. So yeah, I think we'd be a bit foolish to let him go. And at the same time, like it's actually nice as a PSG fan as well to see a sporting director who's just not throwing money at the problem, and as you know, actual lines not to cross. Yeah. So yeah.
There we go, guys. Hopefully guys are all doing well. Let me know what you think. Make sure again, go over and subscribe, please. Muchly and greatly appreciated. Yeah, smash the like, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, thank you, bro, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for the chat. That was good.